visiting the City of Roses and the home of Kyrie Thompson-Kellet to see urban chickens at their best. Portland was chosen as the rendezvous spot, partly because chickens aren't allowed within Salem's residential areas. But Dana Matthews, of Chickens in the Yard, is working to change that.
My name's Dana Matthews, and I'm part of a group that's called CITY, Chickens in the Yard. And we're a group that is trying to, or is proposing to Salem, that Salem City Council revise its ordinance to allow the residents in Salem to keep a few backyard hens as pets and also for the eggs they produce. Salem currently doesn't allow chickens, and there's a number of other cities around the country that do allow chickens and have found it to be very beneficial. And so we'd like that opportunity.
Since it's so wet right now, the driest place is underneath the deck, so that's where they can get their dirt to dust bath. Yeah, they'll come out. You're gonna hear them a little bit. They're like, "Oh, what's going on? What's going on?"
Good girls. They're going out on that other
Salem Code says that livestock is not allowed, and they define livestock as any species of cows, horses, sheep, swine, or poultry. However, further down in the city code, it says, oh, by the way, you can keep a 100-pound pot-bellied pig in your yard. A pot-bellied pig is a species of swine, but it is exempt from that. Oregon Department of Agriculture does not consider poultry to be livestock, nor do they consider pot-bellied pigs to be livestock. And so we feel like Salem's law is kind of ambiguous because they say no species of swine, but they make the exception for the pot-bellied pig. They call poultry livestock, where Oregon Department of Agriculture does not call poultry livestock. So we just think that if you can have a 100-pound pot-bellied pig, a 3-pound chicken shouldn't make too much of an impact. Our proposal is for 5 chickens, no roosters, only hens, but 5 chickens, and 5 chickens actually produces less waste than a medium-sized dog. The waste from chickens is a gardener's boon. Chicken manure is one of the most coveted forms of manure for gardens, organic gardeners and stuff. And so if you've got this source of manure for your gardens, it composts easily. It doesn't sit and accumulate like the waste from other pets might do because you're composting it and using it. And so it's a benefit to gardens. And then probably the one that is most important is it is a food source through the eggs. In these economic times and with things going the way they are, to be able to have that kind of food source. We've got food recalls, the peanut butter scare and the spinach a few months ago and the tomatoes last fall. You know, all these food scares that are coming from our food sources when we're getting food from other places. I just think this is one other place that we can have some control over what we eat, and it's a healthy food source.
In the wintertime, since our days are shorter, they lay much less often. In the summertime, they'll lay an egg a day. So I'll get 3 eggs a day. In the summer, right now, I'm getting an egg every day, every other day, between the 3 chickens. And each breed and each individual chicken will kind of have a different laying period. So some breeds will lay all winter, some breeds will take a couple months off. So my chickens all stopped laying kind of mid-November, and they just started again mid-January. Probably having to do with daylight, and also they molt for a month usually. So they'll take time off when they're putting all their energy into getting new feathers. When they take a break, they look, I mean, the first time you see it, you think someone's attacked your chicken or that it's dying or something. This chicken, you know, feathers are coming out. It looks really unfortunate. But then some, you know, person in the know will be like, no, they're just molting. It's okay. And then you realize they're fine.
I mean, in the summertime, if you're getting 3 eggs a day, that's a lot.
Oh yeah, that's
you probably can't keep up with it.
No, we can't eat them all. I mean, it's just me and my husband. We can't eat them all. So that's the great way that you make friends with your neighbors.
Yeah.
So we literally put them in a basket and we go door to door and call ourselves the egg fairies. And that's actually how we've met several of our neighbors, especially in the back. So we wanted to make sure that they knew what was going on and that the chickens weren't being bothersome or anything. So I introduced ourselves, and they actually were really positive. They really liked having the chickens.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they liked the fact that they got free, fresh, organic eggs out of the deal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yet another benefit.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Actually, I think that's one of the coolest things, is that it does give you an excuse to talk to your neighbors and meet your neighbors.
And to give them a little gift.
Exactly. Share the wealth.
Yeah. Yeah. That's wonderful.